10 minutes to go. Nine minutes 45 seconds. 9 minutes 30 seconds. 9 minutes 15 seconds.
Once the countdown stops, the theme music will begin. You should immediately pot up this theme music and put it on the air. We will assume we are on the air shortly after the music starts.
9 minutes to go.
At this time, you should minimize microphone use, not broadcast any questionable material, and ramp the delay to 0. Sports broadcasts are done without the delay.
8 minutes 45 seconds. 8 minutes 30 seconds. 8 minutes 15 seconds.
We will announce the IDs live. Please listen for them at the top of the hour and record them in the logs.
8 minutes to go. Seven minutes 45 seconds. 7 minutes 30 seconds. 7 minutes 15 seconds.
If you have any problems, please call the emergency number we have given you and ask to speak to somebody from WRPI.
7 minutes to go. Six minutes 45 seconds. 6 minutes 30 seconds.
At this time, you should minimize microphone use, not broadcast any questionable material, and ramp the delay to 0. Sports broadcasts are done without the delay.
6 minutes 15 seconds. 6 minutes to go. Five minutes 45 seconds.
Once the countdown stops, the theme music will begin. You should immediately pot up this theme music and put it on the air. We will assume we are on the air shortly after the music starts.
5 minutes 30 seconds. 5 minutes 15 seconds. 5 minutes to go.
At this time, you should minimize microphone use, not broadcast any questionable material, and ramp the delay to 0. Sports broadcasts are done without the delay.
4 minutes 45 seconds. Four minutes 30 seconds. 4 minutes 15 seconds.
Once the countdown stops, the theme music will begin. You should immediately pot up this theme music and put it on the air. We will assume we are on the air shortly after the music starts.
4 minutes to go. Three minutes 45 seconds.
We will announce the IDs live. Please listen for them at the top of the hour and record them in the logs.
3 minutes 30 seconds. 3 minutes 15 seconds.
If you have any problems, please call the emergency number we have given you and ask to speak to somebody from WRPI.
3 minutes to go.
At this time, you should minimize microphone use, not broadcast any questionable material, and ramp the delay to 0. Sports broadcasts are done without the delay.
2 minutes 45 seconds. 2 minutes 30 seconds.
Once the countdown stops, the theme music will begin. You should immediately pot up this theme music and put it on the air. We will assume we are on the air shortly after the music starts.
2 minutes 15 seconds. Two minutes to go.
We will announce the IDs live. Please listen for them at the top of the hour and record them in the logs.
1 minute 45 seconds. One minute 30 seconds.
If you have any problems, please call the emergency number we have given you and ask to speak to somebody from WRPI.
1 minute 15 seconds.
At this time, you should minimize microphone use, not broadcast any questionable material, and ramp the delay to 0. Sports broadcasts are done without the delay.
1 minute to go. 55 seconds. 50 seconds. 45 seconds. 40 seconds. 35 seconds. 30 seconds. 25 seconds. 20 seconds. 15 seconds. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
for this afternoon's women's hockey game between Union for both clubs. First for Union, off forward from LaSalle, Manitoba, number 7 junior Jessica Kaminski. Off forward from West Haven, Connecticut, number 15 senior Christine Valenti. Off forward from Cranston, Rhode Island, number 27 junior Catherine Tomasello. A defenseman from East Greenwich, Rhode Island, number 8 senior Alex Tancrill Fontaine. A defenseman, and in goal today for Union from Peterborough, New Hampshire, number 1 senior Shanae Lumber, and the rest of the Union College squad. The head coach of Union is Claudia Barco. The associate head coach is Allie Bowe. The assistant coach is Liz Keating. Now introducing the starters for your RPI Engineers. Up forward from Belleville, Ontario, number 15 sophomore Laura Horwood. Up forward from Guilford, New Hampshire, number 14 freshman Shayna Tomlin. Up forward from Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, number 11 junior Alexa Brujon. A defenseman from Burlington, Ontario, number 24 junior Randy Banks. A defenseman from Minnetonka, Minnesota, number 17 sophomore Hannah Bahonek. And in goal this afternoon for the Engineers from Sussex, Wisconsin, number 31 senior Kelly O'Brien. And the rest of the RPI Engineers. Head coach of the Engineers in his 12th season is John Burke. The assistant coaches are Melanie Green and Derek Alfama. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please rise and remove your headwear for the playing of the national anthems of Canada and the United States.
good afternoon, hockey fans. Welcome inside the Houston Fieldhouse for today's league matchup as we have a shot coming from the far side there of the crease. Now a fluttering try wide from Hannah Bohonic. Just underway here from the Houston Fieldhouse. RPI and Union, the second of a two-game series. Of course, today's game here in Troy after yesterday, a 2-2 tie in Schenectady between these two clubs. Union led twice in the game, 1-0 and 2-1. But RPI coming back on two occasions, and both teams with chances to win the game in the final minutes of regulation and overtime. But neither could put the puck home. I'd like to welcome all of you watching today's game on RPI TV. I know WRPI having some technical difficulties, so that's why you aren't able to pick it up there if you're trying to listen and watch. You do it here. Here's Catherine Schilter picking up a loose puck at the blue line and walking in, feeding it in front for Lauren Wash. Still sitting there in the slot. Finally, it's knocked away, only as far as the center line, blue line, where Kimberly threw it towards goal. Now the Dutch women get on it, trying to clear it out the near side was Erica Kelly for Wash now, trying to move it across for Mahoney. Taylor Mahoney cycles for Wash along the boards. Back up top, Middlebrook, a shot blocked. That hit one of the Erickson sisters, that being Hannah, turned it away, and now Wash over to Svoboda. Engineers pressuring, keeping the puck in the offensive end. It's spun deep by Middlebrook. Lauren Wash back up top for Delaney Middlebrook, senior out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. Now Wash, the junior out of Belmead, New Jersey, to the point. Kimberly hits another body. That time it was blocked by Brianne Panchuk. Kept in once more by Kimberly. That shot hits Panchuk as well. And now Hannah Erickson's out to center with it. All the way down it goes. Stopped there by Kelly O'Brien, RPI senior netminder for the Engineers. O'Brien 3-12-1 on the year, 288 goals against, 908 save percentage. Here's Whitney Wren, who hits the post off the rush. And that one got past Shanae Lundberg, but not into the goal as it would glanced off the outside of the cage. Now Rooney into the zone. Rooney walking in, pulls it back, centers it through, looking for Mankey. It's carried back the other way by the Dutch women. Pinched off in front of the bench by Tomlinson. Engineers are onside. Flipped right back out to center by Union, however. Here's Bohonic feeding it ahead. Nice catch by Tomlinson. Over to Horwood. Horwood walking in on the back end. What a save by Lundberg. Stuck the left pad out and made the stop. Engineers still threatening. Here's Brandy Banks on the backhand. She'll move it off the wall. Laura Horwood, a goal and assist yesterday with the puck. Played along Gruschow. She very active yesterday and in top form for these Engineers. Gruschow centering it in front off the stick of Lundberg. Kept in at the line by Schilter. She'll play it to the near half wall. Gruschow lost it on the stick handle. Coming over to help out Horwood. Comes out to center. Engineers flip it right back in. Brandy Streeter off the far boards. Knocks down an Engineer. That was Horwood. It's picked up by Babiak and sent in. No score here. 3.5 into the first period. RPI with an early 2-0 edge and shots. A giveaway and a shot there by Tomaselli. And O'Brien need to be locked in that time. It was Catherine Tomaselli who found herself all alone on the doorstep. The junior from Cranston, Rhode Island, who had a goal yesterday. Unable to bury one here. 5 goals, 8 assists for Tomaselli on the season in 25 games for Union. Both teams with matching 4-17-4 records coming in. Puck knocked down along the far wall. Svoboda gloving it on further for the Engineers, now trying to kick it to herself, trying to regather her stick, which was tied up. And the play was made there by junior Lizzie Otten for Union. Yeah. Dutch women will get it in. Here's Mahoney. Up the near wall, can't get it past Kelly. And now Wren trying to dig for it. Ties up with Kelly behind the goal. Still fighting for the puck there, and it's going to be Whitney Wren who comes away with it. Wren throws it in deep. It'll carry him off the backboard, hit off the back of the Union net. Davis out ahead of the play as Union breaks out to the RPI line. Let us dump it in on goal. It'll be played aside by O'Brien. Mankey shot it into Panchuk. And now Bohonic moves it into Union territory, and we get a whistle and an offside on the Engineers. 15-13 on the clock. In the first period, no score. It was Union that scored early yesterday. They got on the board first at least. This one chipped off the glass. Bohanek has it skip by her. She'll try to flip it into the zone. Panchuk moving it on by everybody. Now it's going to be Hannah Erickson trying to get to it. Banks pressured by Erickson. Off for Bohanek. Her outlet pass too far for everybody. They're going to wave off the icing. Doesn't look like it. This will be icing on RPI here. Looked for a second there like Haley Welsh could have made a play on the puck, but the officials say no. It's the same crew as yesterday. Mark Anders and Patrick Callan, the referees. John Kilmer, Joshua Wang, the linesman. Puck drifting in on goal. It hit off the skate of Tomaselli on its way through. And we'll get a whistle here. Another face-off coming.
St. Anne's, don't forget to order your pizza today from Domino's Pizza, conveniently located at 198 Music Street. Domino's Pizza, you can never get too much of a good thing.
Face-off, Gruschow. Plays it behind for Schilter. Back to Gruschow. Nice move for a second. Oh, she lost it. Thought she got through. Now Schilter over to Delaney Middlebrook. Gruschow, backhand pass. That one's broken up as well. Tomaselli into the zone. Has Kaminsky with her. Elects to shoot. And that was headed wide, but it would be gloved by O'Brien. Kelly O'Brien with 20 saves yesterday in a 2-2 tie. Over at the other end, Shanae Lundberg with 24. There's a look at RPI senior goaltender Kelly O'Brien from Sussex, Wisconsin. She played in her 100th game for the Engineers last night in Schenectady. 27 career wins, 60 losses, 7 ties for O'Brien. This will be flipped in off on goal. Lundberg will cover this time. We'll have another draw. Slow moving first period. No score yet. Shots are 3-2 Engineers. We do have a final in women's swimming and diving. The women beat Skidmore 119-83. Of course, also some women's basketball and men's basketball in action today at Union. Big Union Day all around for RPI Athletics. Here's a shot and a save. Still battling for it. It was Mariana Walsh with the first effort. Then trying to kind of jam the rebound home was Mari Mankey on the doorstep, but Lundberg stayed low and covered just about the entire bottom of the net there, and the Engineers weren't able to kind of jam that one in. Draw upcoming in the Union zone. Marissa Raspa on it for RPI. 5 goals and 2 assists for the freshman from Downington, PA. Here's Wren playing on defense for the 4th time this year and 2nd time on the weekend, with Jen Godin out of the lineup. Mankey. Union clears to center. Now a chance to break. Out ahead of the play is Allie Devens. Devens takes a shot. It's blocked by Wren. It'll trickle into the near corner. Breakout and an outlet pass by Walsh goes by everybody. It'll be icing once more on the Engineers. Exactly 7 minutes in here to this ECAC hockey contest. We do not have a score. Upcoming for the Engineers, looking ahead, they head to Colgate and Cornell next Friday and Saturday. Both of them 3 o'clock starts. Here's Otten for Union, firing it in. Whitney Wren picking it up, the freshman from Troy, Michigan. Played it back behind the goal. Now Walsh. Into the bench, and we'll have a stoppage in play once more. Banks shooting it in from center ice. Knocked down by Lundberg. She'll leave it at the side of the cage for Alex Tankrell-Fontaine. Outlets to Kaminsky. Kaminsky trying to walk around Banks. She's cut off. Picked up by Tomlinson. She'll play it behind for Hannah Bohonic. Coming into the weekend, Bohonic, the ECAC hockey leader in penalties taken with 15 and penalty minutes with 30. Horwood in towards Tomlinson. Horwood feeding it in front. Now a shot coming from Banks that goes wide left. Bohonic has played in every game for RPI, so you say the ice time, you're out there a lot, you're going to draw a lot of penalties as well. RPI gets it deep. It'll be chased down by Caitlin McLaren. McLaren gets it back from Catherine Davis. Nicole Russell, who was a late scratch for Union yesterday, is in the lineup today. And that was a giveaway by the Engineers. It was picked up by the aforementioned Russell. She takes a shot, sticked away by O'Brien. Now a backhand try by Devens goes wide. Catherine Schilter, who had an assist yesterday, just feeding it into the corner where the Engineers can regroup. Moving it out to center. Svoboda backhands it in. The freshman Brandy Streeter after it for Union. Intercepting is Rooney only for a moment. Erickson can't get it out of the zone. It's kept in by Amanda Kimmerly. Hannah Erickson back for Haley Welsh. Welsh off the glass and out to center ice where Wren controls. She'll go D to her classmate Kimmerly. And now through center. Here's Rooney, a little bit of room to work. Rooney walking in, takes a shot off a skate. Picked up by Menke. Menke will carry behind the cage. Wraparound try, stopped by Lundberg, and she'll cover up the rebound. Left pad save and a whistle. 10:27 to go first period. Shots are 8-2 Engineers. As you see Mari Menke there looking for the wraparound try. Unsuccessful. Draw coming up here. Valenti and Gruschow, and the Engineers win it back. Tip towards Tomlinson, moved out to center. Smith had it for a moment. Now Gruschow takes over. Nice feed near side. Horwood, a shot. That's off a leg. She hit Tankrell-Fontaine. Gruschow has it knocked away from her stick, and now Smith will move it out center ice. Firing it in deep. Banks will skate it down. It's going to be icing here on Union. .10:01 on the clock. First period. Svoboda tying things up with Tankrell-Fontaine behind the goal. Valenti cross ice, a little bit behind the intended target, Nicole Russell. She's able to get it in anyway. Svoboda on for Mahoney. Shot right back into the RPI zone. Trying to glove it down was Svoboda, but couldn't hang on to it. And Wash will let it run out of the zone. Delaney Middlebrook. Stick handling ahead for Svoboda out of Arlington Heights, Illinois. She can't control. And now Tomaselli poked free by Schilter. Gruschow ran into danger there on the stick handle, but lost the puck into a safer area along the far wall. Horwood stick handling. Got it poked free. Babiak trying to skate into the RPI zone. It's knocked loose by Gruschow. And she'll track it down. To the point, kept in Panchuk. Panchuk walking in, wrist shot that didn't have a lot on it. But was not handled by O'Brien. Now another centering pass intercepted by Tomlinson. Ahead for Horwood. See what this group does at the end of a long shift. Horwood half fans on the shot, gets it back. Horwood turning and shooting. She scores! Laura Horwood off the back bar and in. Well, thought for a second it might have hit the crossbar. Say it hit the back bar at the back of the net. second goal in as many days for Laura Horwood, her 7th of the year. And the Engineers have a 1-0 lead. We thought it might be coming. The Engineers putting the pressure on, and that grouping, that top line, which played a lot at the end of the game, thought that they might look to kind of dump that puck in and go off on a change. Not the case. Laura Horwood driving to the front of the net was first kind of denied. The puck was poked away from her. But on second effort, she was able to lift it just underneath the crossbar and in. So 1-0 RPI. A little over 8 to go in the first period. Welsh for Streeter. Up the boards, ahead for Kaminsky. A little bit of speed. Feeding it in front. Touched on goal. And a save was made. The try was by Valenti. Now right back come the Engineers. Mahoney wrapping around the goal. Hands it off. Now Wash with speed. Behind the net, back to the point. Here's Banks. Slapper coming. It's blocked by Kaminsky. Engineers keep it in at the near point down low. Gets past Mahoney. Otten. Up ahead. Here's Allie Devon, sophomore from White River Junction, Vermont. Into the RPI zone. Stopped there by Banks. Devons gets back on it. Centering pass comes all the way through. She was looking for Kelly. Came all the way to Russell. Russell stick handling far side of the RPI zone. She's tied up, lost the puck. There's an Engineer playing without a stick. It's Mahoney. Now she'll go back and grab it as the Engineers clear to center. Alex Tancarel-Fontaine. She picked up her 4th goal of the season yesterday. There's a shot on the backhand from a tight angle by Erica Kelly that's turned away. Shot right back in by the Dutchwoman before it leaves the zone by Smith. Hannah Erickson. Behind the net, Svoboda coming back to help out. Shoots it off the glass. It's kept in by the Dutchwoman. Shot hits bodies in front. It was knocked down by Mahoney. And really moved in to the Union zone. Stopped there by Lundberg. Quick outlet pass up the boards. Tipped into the zone by Erickson, who wants to change. RPI was changing personnel at the same time. Horwood gets it back from Tomlinson. Into the Union zone. We got a whistle here and an offside call. Get a stoppage in play. 9-4. Engineers leading in shots. They lead 1-0 on a goal by Laura Horwood. As I mentioned, her 7th of the year, tied with Alexa Gruschow for the team lead. Dutch women controlling in their own end. Right now, the lone assist is to Shayna Tomlinson for the Engineers, the even strength goal at 11:21 of the first period. 5:55 left in the first. Slammed in by Banks. Controlled behind the net by Streeter for Union. Off the boards by Panchuk. Hannah Bohonic trying to jump into the play. It's bottled up right at the line. Now Union takes over. Welsh. Streeter trying to stick handle there, and losing the puck was Russell. Rooney fanned down the shot as that delivery was interrupted. Centering pass in front. Wide open Banks. She put it wide. Rooney trying to jam it home on the doorstep. Still loose. We get a cover, and the net comes off. We'll have a whistle. A terrific chance for Brandy Banks to pick up her first goal this season. Right in front of the net. She ripped it, got all the shot, but put it wide left of the cage. Babiak and Svoboda on the draw here. Won by Union. Tancarel-Fontaine for Smith. Middlebrook feeding it on. Mahoney can't get there. Here's Otten. Lizzie Otten. Junior from Edina, Minnesota. Throwing it all the way through everybody. It'll come on goal, so no icing. That puck hopped up, and it's a bit of a dangerous play for O'Brien. When she fields the puck in front of her, she stays standing up, and that one nearly hopped over his stick. She was able to cover up on this occasion. This one shot around far boards. Tomlinson has it knocked down. Kimmerly. Now Whitney Wren. Stolen away. Tomaselli coming over to help out her teammate there was Kimmerly, as when Wren gave that puck away, Tomaselli was wide open just for a second, but the Engineers closed on her. Tomaselli has it knocked away by Gruschow on the back check. Trying to feed it forward. Tomlinson stick handles away from danger. Now Kimmerly flipping it near side for Wren. Tomlinson into the zone, shooting it off the boards. Go behind the net. Gruschow lost it on the stick handle. She'll track it down. Still Gruschow into the slot, kicking at it, kept in at the point. Banks flips it deep. Mankey gave it away. Russell plays it behind. Mankey gets back on it. Mari Mankey spinning around behind the goal to get free. Out in front, chipping at it was Gruschow, and she popped it right into the midsection or the upper body of the defender in front. Engineers trying to move it in front. It's Rooney, she scores! Bohonic to Rooney, and it's 2-0 RPI. Union thought they were out of the woods, but they weren't, as RPI jumps right back on the attack. Almost looked like the Dutchwomen let their guard down there, but Rooney went right to the front of the goal, and Bohonic found her. Third goal of the season for Katie Rooney. She had just one goal last year as a freshman. And a sophomore from Buffalo, Minnesota. As the Engineers on top here, 2-0. This is more like what the Engineers wanted yesterday. A good start. They fell behind in yesterday's game. Had to spent the whole game really coming back from deficits. Here they have a decent lead at 2-0 early. Moved out of the zone by Erickson. Delaney Middlebrook's going to skate this one down. Babiak throwing it towards goal. It's stopped there by Schilter. Moved in deep. Tankrell Fontaine. Gruschow tried to bottle it up in the neutral zone. That doesn't go. A centering pass for Valenti off the mark as it was broken up. Tomaselli to the RPI line. Knocked down, but the Dutchwomen get on it. Shot and a goal. Late signal on that one. A little bit confusing, but it's going to be Jessica Kaminsky with the tally, her 4th of the year. It was a nice move. She walked through a couple RPI defense and scored to make it 2-1. Not many chances, just the 6th shot of the game for Union. Shots are 12-6 RPI. Bohonic. Kelly gets roughed up a bit. Puck to the near corner. Kelly steps away from Bohonic, trying to center it. Hit off a skate and goes behind the goal. Mariana Walsh, senior from Walpole, Mass, looking ahead for Rooney. Tankrell Fontaine takes over. Russell has it poked off her stick. It'll be flipped out of play. We'll have a stoppage. 1:36 to go in the first. Kaminsky from Valenti and Tomaselli, the Union goal. RPI's second goal was Rooney from Bohonic. Dutch women up the near boards. Valenti trying to walk around Middlebrook. Wash scooping it ahead. Puck goes cross ice. Union into the zone. Kaminsky, the goal scorer, works it down low. Picked up by Grushow. Grushow runs into one of the Dutch women behind the goal. I think it was Tomaselli. And now Tomaselli gets on it. Centering pass broken up by Grushow. Chipped off the boards by Svoboda. Shot right back in by Union. Middlebrook around the boards for Wash. Out to center, a drive wide. Erica Kelly got a lot of that one, but missed the net. Middlebrook now ties up with Kelly behind the goal with 17 seconds to go. Puck sliding towards the RPI goal, be covered up by Kelly O'Brien. Shot from the point, pad save by Tancrell Fontaine. Up the near wall, a chance for Tomaselli. Blocker save at the horn. Not sure it would have counted if it went in, because it horn sounded just about the time it hit the blocker of O'Brien. They definitely would have looked at it for sure if it had snuck by. But the Engineers have a 2-1 lead after one here at the Houston Fieldhouse. Ready to go. Period number 2 here from the Houston Fieldhouse. RPI and Union. Engineers have a 2-1 lead. Carlos Garris here on RPI TV. The Dutch women get the puck deep to start things off in the second. Tancrel Fontaine corrals it, spins, and wheels it down low. Intercepted by Grushow, trying to stick handle out of there. Tomaselli picks it away. Diving poke check by Grushow. Tomaselli stays on it. She looks to cycle. Slapped towards the near point, but kept in by Tancrel Fontaine. Now thrown off the glass, bouncing puck in the circle, swatted all the way out. This will be icing on RPI. And we'll have a stoppage just 50 seconds in. This is the second game of 2 on the weekend for these two teams. They tied yesterday 2-2 in Schenectady. RPI men taking on Union in a non-conference game tonight. It's the 3rd annual Mayor's Cup. And that one can be listened to on 91.5 FM, WRPI Troy. All over the capital region. Should be an exciting contest. Centering pass, cleared away by Brandy Banks. Goes all the way down the ice. Won't have the legs for icing. It's on goal anyway. Lundberg will play. Middlebrook off the glass and all the way down. Svoboda gives it right to Streeter. Now Erickson. Middlebrook for Svoboda. Back to the point. Schilter. Middlebrook. They'll ride the wall all the way to the near corner. Wash steps out. Wash in front. Shooting. It was blocked. Hit Haley Welsh. To the far corner they go, where Devens ties up with Wash. Now to the point, Schilter. Schilter walking in, takes a shot right on, and a save by Lundberg. Engineers creating chances to start the second, as they did in the first. It took them a little while to finally crack the scoreboard. Finally scoring at 11:21 of the first period. Laura Horwood picking up her 2nd of the weekend and 7th of the year. As I mentioned, tied with Alexa Grushow for the team lead in goals. Tipped in by Mankey as to avoid the icing. Tancrel Fontaine ahead for Babiak. Into the RPI zone. Collision there with Wren. And the puck back the other way. Mariana Walsh into the Union zone. Takes a shot, saved by Lundberg. Kind of handcuffed her a bit. Hit her on the protective part of the glove, but not in the mitt, and she had it fall to the ice on her. But able to cover up. Union off the defensive zone draw. Long outlet pass looking for Tomaselli. She's going to try and drop it back, looking for Valenti. Couldn't quite handle it. Now Horwood breaks the other way. Laura Horwood on a partial break. Otten with her. Horwood makes a move to her backhand, and she falls down. It was a good idea. Otten kind of cut off the middle portion of the slot area. Horwood tried to make a move around her, nearly got through. Wash ahead. Grushow trying to stick handle along the boards. Taken away by Kelly. Kelly, a very talented freshman for this Union team. Walking in, drops it back. Shot stopped by O'Brien. Covering it up, no. Another crack there for Kelly. Couldn't quite get a stick on it. She was tied up a bit by Mahoney and Wash. Now Lauren Wash with it. Ahead for Svoboda. Shot right back into the RPI zone by Babiak. O'Brien leaves it for Middlebrook. Schilter. Wash out of the reach of Middlebrook. Shot back into the RPI zone where Svoboda picks it up. Schilter now. Mahoney chips it ahead. Svoboda fires it in. Rolling puck behind the Union goal. McLaren has a bit of trouble with it. Now a backhander. Stop on her seat is Lundberg for a second. Now she's back up. And then shot in by Mahoney. Walsh trying to turn the corner. Still Walsh. Drop pass. Tipped in front. It was Mankey who got a piece of the Kimmerly try. Shots are 16-9 Engineers. Erickson trying to move it out of the Union end. It's broken up. Mankey flips it on goal. To the near side wall, pinching in Kimmerly. It's moved out to center by Nicole Russell. Wren leaves it in the corner. Union changing, so a little bit of space here for the Engineers to break out. They'll go all the way down the ice. Good connection behind the Union goal. They move it out quickly to center. Tomaselli poked free by Tomlinson. Right back to Tomaselli. Through her to the RPI end. Bohonic over to Banks. And it's the Burlington, Ontario native, Brandy Banks, playing it forward. Spun far side, Tomaselli. Drop it back for Otten, and now Tankrell Fontaine. Back to Otten. Otten off the glass and shot in by Union. Tracked down by Bohonic for RPI. She's upended. Puck goes into the corner. Off the wall, Gruschow. Alexa Gruschow into the zone. Top of the circle, holds it there, moving it in front. Thought about dropping it. It's picked up by Schilter. And now Svoboda has a player wide open in front. It's Wash. She sticks it in. A great find by Svoboda. And almost a blind backhand. Lauren Wash had to know where she was on the ice. She sticks it home, and it's 3-1. The third of the season for Lauren Wash, who had 2 goals against Union last year in a game. But something about these Dutchwomen brings out the best in Lauren Wash. It's a 3-1 game. 13:46 on the clock, second period. Kimmerly ahead for Svoboda. Skipping one up the ice, now Wren. Kimmerly to center, intercepted by Russell. Russell moving into the zone. She's tripped up by Mahoney. Shot comes, it's blocked by Kimmerly. And now Wash will pick it up and skate behind the cage with it. Lauren Wash to center ice. Still Wash on it. Passes a little bit behind Mahoney. She had to wait up for it. Ends up losing it there. Bouncing puck to the side of the Union goal. Actually skips out in front, but nobody home for RPI to stick it back in. That puck is kept in. Walsh's shot off the blocker of Lundberg. It'll roll off the dasher at the point area. Engineers trying to scramble to keep it in. Mariana Walsh down low. Collision in the corner. Mankey trying to dig it out of the legs of, I believe that's one of the Ericksons. And they do. Bohonic in the corner now. Behind for Walsh. Walsh backhanding it in front. Hit the leg of Streeter. Goes back into the corner. Shot by Rooney. That goes just wide. Lundberg didn't see it at all. Now Walsh again turning and shooting wide left. Picked up by Russell. It's a firing gallery here for the Engineers in the second period. They've extended their lead to 2 goals once more as Brandy Banks shoots it in. Tomlinson chopping at it, trying to track it down in the corner. Behind the net, Gruschow sends it all the way through everybody, past Schilter at the point and all the way down. Engineers trying to stick handle out of their own end. It was broken up momentarily. Now Gruschow on it. Horwood has to backtrack a bit. That'll slow the breakout up. Here's Kaminsky has the Union goal. Walking in, Kaminsky, another great move. This time she's turned away. A shot is covered on the second try by O'Brien, but Jessica Kaminsky showing off that stick handling skill out of LaSalle, Manitoba. Former member of the Pembina Valley Hawks, or Pembina Valley. That trickles right in on O'Brien off the draw, and we're going to have another whistle. Welsh, shot from the point, hits Kimberly, trying to stick it home, kicked at and moved away by Svoboda. There's Tomaselli trying to jam it home on the doorstep. Lots of offensive action in this game. Bit of a contrast to what we saw yesterday. Here's Wash into the zone. Centering pass for Svoboda. On the backhand, she put it wide. Behind the net once more, it's Haley Welsh. Outlet pass connects there to Valenti. Kicks it to herself and gets it deep. Make it Smith, rather, for Union. Whitney Wren up the boards. Tapped on by Rooney to Mankey. Svoboda into the zone. Delayed the move into the offensive end. Did Svoboda. Mankey was trying to time it and was put in an offside position. Shots are 19-13 Engineers. Centering pass, Walsh a shot turned away by Lundberg. Tankrell Fontaine in the corner. Nice move to get free for a second. She'll work it near side. Battle in the corner. Rooney comes away with it. Katie Rooney already has a goal today. Back to Banks. Feeding it in. A tip at the side of the cage by Mankey. Think it went off the side of the net. It was an acrobatic play, to say the least, for the junior, trying to pick up her first goal of the year. And it's been a tough season statistically for Mari Mankey. Just the 2 assists so far, but certainly leaving it all out there on plays such as that. We'll have a face-off coming up here. 9:54 to go in the second. The Engineers leading it 3-1. Union wins the draw. Although the outlet pass intercepted by Gruschow, her shot hits a body. And now Babiak to center ice. Gruschow. Walking in, given space, fired it right into a shin pad. Puck still loose in the zone. It's going to be Gruschow to track it down on the far side. To the point, Schilter feeding it towards the net softly, got all the way through. Kicked into the corner now. Schilter, a drive, well wide. Chipped off the boards and out to center ice. Here's Tomaselli. Toe drag, shot, blocked. Schilter, maybe Svoboda got that one. They're both in the vicinity. To the point, kept in by Streeter. Bouncing puck behind the goal, Tomaselli. Works it back to the point for Otten. Her shot goes wide. Back behind the cage it goes. Tomaselli to get it for Union. Valenti in the corner. Towards the point. Streeter keeps it in. Tomaselli once more. Walking out in front, looking for the top corner, hit off the back of the net. Picked up by Kaminsky now. Streeter, good possession here by the Dutchwoman in the offensive zone. Middlebrook off the glass, bouncing puck, kept in at the point. A drive by Otten, it's turned away. Looked like it skipped up in the air. May have been deflected by Erickson in front. It looked like it caught the glove of O'Brien in the end. She wasn't able to hold it. Good outlet pass. Grushow has Wash with her. Lauren Wash peeling off towards the far side of the circle. Couldn't get the shot away cleanly. And she'll just flip it right back in on goal. Stopped there by Lundberg. Left at the side of the cage for Tankrell Fontaine. 7.5 to go in the second. RPI up 3-1. Here's Lizzie Otten over to Alex Tankrell Fontaine. Ahead to Kelly. Kelly into the zone. Shot from the top of the circle is blocked. Walsh will move it out to center ice. Mariana Walsh, a shot right on from the near circle. And that one's held on to by Lundberg. Upcoming schedule, the Engineers hit the road for 2 at Colgate and Cornell on next Friday and Saturday. And they're home for February 6th and 7th against Clarkson and St. Lawrence. Puck behind the RPI goal, kicking at it is Mahoney, or excuse me, the Union goal. Tomlinson centering it out in front, fanning on the first try, shot by Kimberly. That one's turned away, still loose, and we get a pile up as we get a whistle. And it looks like it's eventually under Lundberg. I'm not sure who that was who had the crack at it, fanning from point-blank range. It might have been Horwood. But it came all the way through to Amanda Kimberly, who was looking for her first collegiate goal and nearly had it there. Tossed it into the mixer there, and Union able to keep it out. Tomaselli. Up ice for Valenti. She's tied up by the back check of Rooney. Menke. Cross ice pass, read and deflected, and back comes Tomaselli. A little bit of space. Tomaselli looking for the inside of the left post and missed wide. Valenti feeding it in front off the skate of Tomaselli. She'll cycle for Kaminsky. Both teams' top lines having good weekends. Production hasn't quite been there on the Union end. Well, Kaminsky's got a goal, and so does Tomaselli. I take that back. Both top lines playing well and producing. Kaminsky in front, turning and firing wide was Valenti. Union trying to make a change while maintaining offensive zone possession, and they do. Tankrell Fontaine spins out of the zone and then touches the puck. I don't think she realized where she was, or she would not have gone into that spin. 3-1 RPI leading. Shots are 25-15 Engineers. 5:35 left in the second period. Sure, Engineers fans and the team itself thought they may have given away a point yesterday as Svoboda throws it in. They had to settle for a tie, and they desperately needed points to try and climb back into the playoff race. But they didn't let it get them down, it appears, as they're playing just as well, if not better, than they did yesterday this afternoon. Smith poked free by Middlebrook. Schilter off the near boards. Into the zone. Mahoney takes a shot. Ramped up the stick of the defenseman. It goes into the corner. Otten has it taken away briefly by Svoboda. Moved out by Smith. She's tied up and goes down. Still haven't had a penalty yet in this game. There's only 25 minutes left in it. Losing her stick and going down hard was Horwood, but she picks it up and gets back to her feet. Engineers get it in deep and touch up. They'll chase after it. Welsh on it for Union. Haley Welsh behind the net for Otten. Pinned against the boards there by UN. And we've seen a lot of Easton UN out there now for Union, the sophomore from Milton, Mass. Playing in her 8th game of the year and of her career. Shot by Rooney. It was a quick release, and even quicker to it was Shanae Lundberg. As Union clears all the way down, it'll come on goal once more. Helped to the side of the net by O'Brien. Carried to center and shot in by Rooney. Kept in at the point by Bohonic. Moved back out by Tomaselli. Ahead for Kaminsky. Kaminsky, top of the circle. Near side, Tomaselli. Gets back from McLaren, takes a shot from a tight angle, saved by O'Brien. Back up top, a drive. Streeter deflected and goal. Rebound. Valenti put it wide on the backhand. Streeter once more. McLaren a shot deflected wide. Kaminsky in front. Save on Valenti. Rebound clear, but not out of there. Now it'll be covered by O'Brien. Kelly O'Brien having to work here. The later stages of the second period. Had to come up with a couple of big stops there. And Christine Valenti has also put a couple wide. She's had some opportunities. Not the easiest shot when you're falling down there. But if she gets anything on goal there, it's in. She had a gaping net to shoot at and just couldn't catch the puck cleanly. Face off in the RPI zone. Randall shoot it around. Schilter nearly gave it away. Here's Smith. Her shot impeded. Didn't get all of it. Tomlinson behind the goal. There's a tie up there. Russell had it for a second. Now Schilter trying to pry it away from Smith. Smith still on it. Down low for Russell. Russell tied up by Tomlinson, and now the Engineers break out to center. Centering pass out in front. Wash nearly got on it. Puck spins by Bohonic, and now Union carries. Here's Erickson. It's Emily Erickson. Knocked behind the cage, and the Engineers have it. Svoboda takes a shot, deflects off the shaft of Welsh's stick, and eventually comes in on goal. Wash behind the cage. As the insurance goal right now for the Engineers is Lauren Wash, her third of the season. Union trying to break now, a little bit of speed. Valenti into the zone. Drops it off for Erickson. Her centering pass hit a skate. RPI looks to move back the other way. End-to-end action here. It's going to be Taylor Mahoney into the zone. Playing it down low. She'll track it down. Trying to move it out in front. Taken over by Rooney. Rooney driving in front of the net. Save on the shot by Lundberg. Under a minute left now in the second period. The Engineers leading 3-1. Off the glass out to center ice. Brandy Banks on it. Off the boards. It's knocked down. Shot right back the other way. And we'll have an icing call here on Union. Draw coming up after the icing call. Shot was partially blocked, and it's flipped on goal, still battling for it, Horwood. And then Horwood gets decked after the whistle. We may have a penalty coming out of this. Horwood not happy. The puck was loose. You can't blame Horwood for that. Didn't look to be doing anything illegal. Just playing to the whistle. Now Horwood's going to take her spot at the circle. No penalty coming. Still haven't had one yet in this game. But that is likely a candidate as we've had. Shot by Grushow, blocked. Into the far corner it goes. Tomaselli does a nice job to lift the stick. Gets it ahead to Kaminsky, but she can't control the pass. Schilter shoots it off of Horwood. Then up high on Grushow. Keeps the play alive. Nice pass to Tomlinson. Quick snapshot was blocked. The puck will go behind the goal. Grushow. Horwood a shot that hits the defense. Kaminsky was sliding out in front to get in the way of that one. 7 seconds to go in the period. Pinned against the sideboard. Engineers dig it free. shot on goal, saved by Lundberg with one. And that'll do it for the period. As the Engineers will take a 3-1 lead to the third. You're watching RPI Women's Hockey on RPI TV.
Shots on goal.
About to drop the puck here, third period, the Engineers. And a Dutchwoman, Hannah Bohonic, off the draw for RPI near side. Up ahead for Laura Horwood. Controlled by Lizzie Otten for Union in the corner. Horwood intercepting, taken back over by Catherine Valenti, or Christine rather. Otten. Now Horwood trying to steal it away. Shots are 29-20 Engineers. They lead 3-1. Brandy Banks wraps it around for Laura Horwood. An interception, and Erickson trying to stuff it in. They're trying to feed it in front for Tomaselli for the stuff in, but it's turned away. Streeter over to Welsh, down low. Emily Erickson taken over by Grushaw, has the stick knocked out of her hands. It's going to be a slash coming up here. Union touches up, and the first penalty of the game will go on Union here. Just a minute 15 into the third period, and the Engineers will go on the power play for the first time. They were 1 for 5 yesterday. Man advantage numbers up to 6.4%, 8 for 109. Erickson goes off on the slash. Face-off coming up here. In the Union zone, the Dutch women win it. Svoboda back for Wren. Wren walking in, wrist shot through a screen. It was Mahoney standing in front of Lundberg, but Shanae Lundberg made the save anyway and holds on to it. One back to Wren. Wren stepping in, gives it back. Wren stepping up, down low, looking for the deflection. It hit off of Svoboda, and it caroms into Lundberg, tapped away. Here's Mariana Walsh in the corner. Stumbled a bit, lost the puck. Union a chance to clear, and they do, all the way down. Christine Valenti, the captain, doing the job there. Minute 18 to go on the RPI power play. Kimberly up ahead for Horwood into the zone. Shooting it deep, she'll chase after it. Laura Horwood on it. Feeding it over to Grushaw. Up top, Bohonic. Schilter flipping it back for Horwood. Schilter carries it. Looking down low for the tip. Good turn and fire, and a save by Lundberg. She denies Tomlinson on the doorstep. It was a terrific play all around. A good feed by Schilter. Looked like a shot, but it was actually a pass into Tomlinson. She spun it off her backhand, turned and fired, and Lundberg able to make the stop there. Schilter flipping one is Bohonic. Loose puck. Here's Schilter over to Grushaw. Feeding it off a shin pad and clearing it all the way down. Alexa Grushaw has it for RPI now. To center ice to Wash. She can't control the pass. Now Mahoney into the corner. Stops there. Penalty over. Grushaw shooting. Hit a skate. Moves right back into the corner. Wren for Wash, and now Grushaw. Wren again. Shot coming. That hit bodies. Grushaw feeding it in front. Looking for Mahoney. Mahoney didn't see it. It was right next to her. Union able to clear it all the way down. This will be icing. I don't think They realize that, no, they wave it off. Good hustle there by Emily Erickson. Would have been icing. I think the Dutch woman skater who shot it down thought they were still killing a penalty. But the way she shot it, pretty deliberately all the way down the ice. From her own side, from her own zone, really. Anyway, RPI back on the attack, Middlebrook. Otten. Wrapping it around for Russell. Back for Otten. Give it away. Walsh's shot right into the glove of Lundberg. About shoulder height, that shot from Mariana Walsh, and it was an easy grab for the Union senior netminder. Bohonic off the draw, moving it down low for Mahoney. Taylor Mahoney cycling for Svoboda. Svoboda's tied up, trying to keep it alive in the zone. Taken over by McLaren. Chipped off the glass, knocked down at center ice by Babiak. There's a tie up in front of the Union bench. Emily Erickson has it. Haley Welsh, outlet pass connects nicely to Babiak. She's hooked a bit by Svoboda, but we play on. Mahoney into the zone. Mahoney here, throws it in front. It's knocked right back behind the goal. Another centering attempt by Walsh is turned away. Now Mahoney again. Schilter. Make it Rooney, rather. Gets it back from Kimberly. Schilter again, lost it. A chance to break here. It's Erickson into the zone, and she's steered wide into the corner. Good recovery by RPI that time, as it looked as though Hannah Erickson was going to break in on goal. There's an icing infraction coming up on RPI here. We'll have a stoppage in play. 14-16 on the clock, third period. Engineers up 2. This is the second time that RPI has had a 2-goal lead. They're up 2-0 in the first. Union tallying in the second. Excuse me, late in the first. It was 2-1 after 1. I beg your pardon. RPI scoring the only goal in the second period. Lauren Walsh picking up her third of the year. Puck thrown off the boards. Looks like Walsh is going to get there. Walsh right in on goal, trying to jam it home. Turned away by Lundberg. Welsh went flying into the net to try and help out. But Lundberg kept the opportunity out. It was just kind of a, if it was intentional, a very well-weighted indirect pass off the wall that Mariana Walsh was able to skate onto with enough time to carry it in front of the net. Wasn't able to put it past Lundberg. He was up to 30 saves in the game. Just another day at the office for Shanae Lundberg. She's had to deal with high shot totals for all season. Her whole career. Talked about it last night on the radio broadcast, but Shanae Lundberg has already broken her own single season saves record at Union. She has an outside shot at 3,000 career saves. Bohonic trying to work it in front. Grushaw turning and shooting. Save by Lundberg. It's between the pads, and she holds on. Another stop, and the Engineers are continuing to fire away here, trying to pick up that fourth goal and put this game away. Tomlinson down low. Grushaw trying to walk out in front. Backhander from her knees. That one's blocked by the defense. Tancrell Fontaine comes away with it for Union. Here is Alex Tancrell Fontaine shooting it deep. First one to it is Brandy Banks. A little bit of pressure from Kaminsky. Drops it off. Grushaw stick handling. Over to Tomlinson. She can't control it. Tancrell Fontaine back on it. Valenti has it knocked away from her, and now Tomaselli, far side. Kaminsky back out in front. Tomaselli redirects one on goal. not a lot on it. And O'Brien was able to make the stop and cover up. Puck at the point, Tancro Fontaine. Far side shot by Welsh is blocked. Engineers up there in the shots blocked department, especially for a couple of individuals. Catherine Schilter tops in all of ECAC hockey. There's a shot that comes in on goal. O'Brien's able to make the save on Welsh. 11:58 to go in the third. But 51 shot blocks coming into today's game for Catherine Schilter. That's the most in ECAC hockey play. Of course, also leads the team. Amanda Kimberly second on the squad with 28. Jen Godin has 26. Here's Alexa Grushow. Stick handling through center ice. Near side for Horwood. Towing the line, Grushow. Horwood, drop pass for Grushow. Looking for the top corner, hit the back of the net. And now Horwood behind the goal. Trying to kick it free. Tomlinson comes to help out. They tie up behind the goal. Grushow in front. One-timer try. Turned away by Lundberg. Another shot was stopped. Grushow back on it. Drop pass for Schilter. She'll rip one just wide of goal. Don't know how Lundberg got on her pad on that backdoor play, but she was able to keep it out. Now, Tomlinson turning and shooting. Another stop, and now they score. It's Grushow who finally puts it home. The Engineers were knocking on the door for the past 15 seconds or so. They had a couple of opportunities. Lundberg made a couple of spectacular saves. She was not able to keep the Engineers out forever. It was Alexa Grushow puts it home. Her 8th of the season, so she takes the lead back from Laura Horwood. Those two continue to go toe-to-toe on that top line as far as goal scoring is concerned, and I'm sure they'll both take a 4th goal no matter who scored it there. Shannon Tomlinson had an opportunity earlier in the shift. I believe Horwood had one too. It seemed like everyone was getting a crack there. But it was eventually Grushow who put it home. Rooney trying to kick it to herself at the blue line. Broken up and spun down was Babiak. The Engineers fired in. Menke.
The RPI goal, her 8th goal of the season, scored by number 11, Alexa Grushow. Assisted by number 15, Laura Horwood. Number 14, Shannon Tomlinson. Time of the goal, 8 minutes, 6 seconds.
Tomlinson will pick up an assist.
Fourth RPI goal, her 8th of the season, scored by number 11, Alexa Grushow.
There's a shot in on goal, blockered away. And out to center. So the assists as Smith walks in. Good defensive effort by Banks to break that one up. Penalty coming up here. And delayed one on the Engineers. It was a Union player dumped at the side of the net. It was Kaminsky. Extra attacker on. As the shot came from the point, it was turned away by Streeter on the opportunity. Now another shot. That one goes wide as well. Engineers just trying to get a touch on the puck to get the penalty called, and we get it. Looks like it's a rough or a body check or something along those lines. Missed the call here. We'll get it again. Roughing is the call. It'll go on Mari Menke. First power play chance for Union here. The Engineers are piling the shots on 41-23 right now.
2 minutes for roughing. Time of the penalty, 10 minutes.
RPI leading 4-1. It's still a big penalty kill. The Dutchwomen scored 2 power play goals on 4 tries yesterday against an RPI penalty kill unit that's trying to improve that percentage, that number. So every little bit counts, and of course you don't want to give Union any momentum due to the Engineers over the final few minutes of this game. We're going to face off here in the RPI zone. So once again, the goal was Alexa Gruschow, with assists to Laura Horwood and Shayna Tomlinson. So that top line once again combining for another tally. And that group needs to get hot if RPI wants any opportunity to try and climb up into the ECAC hockey standings. They're currently with 5 points. They're 5 points behind Yale, who's 5-8-0. The Engineers 2-10-1. 7 points behind Dartmouth are the Engineers. Otten into the zone. Behind the net. Gets pinned against the wall by Hannah Bohonic. Tomaselli back towards the point, intercepted. Gruschow steps around one stick check, trying to move it into the zone, tried to one-hand swat the puck and didn't get on it. Tancrell Fontaine will, and she'll skate back into the RPI zone. Alex Tancrell Fontaine, 4 goals from the blue line so far this season for the senior. The Engineers clear. Here is Tancrell Fontaine once more. Up ahead for Babiak. Trying to throw it towards the net. It was broken up. Schilter picks it up for RPI. Shoots it up the far boards, kept in by Welsh. McLaren back to the near side. Pass off the mark and out to center. Rooney trying to battle to work it free. Kelly has it for Union. McLaren. Babiak. Bouncing puck towards the neutral zone. It finds its way there. Tomlinson down on her stomach trying to break it up, and Union will have to start over in their own zone now. 4 seconds to go on the Mankey penalty. Loose in front of the Union bench. Mahoney goes down. Puck's underneath her. Still there. And now a race for the puck. Svoboda just trying to hustle. Gets a piece of it, but it's moved out to center. Right back in by Wash. Welsh around far side. Now Valenti. Smith. Randy Banks takes over for the Engineers. To the point, kept in. Otten, a shot deflects wide off a skate. Banks behind the goal. Here's Bohonic. 7 minutes to go in the third. Chipping it up the wall for Wash. Good catch on the aerial pass, and now here's Svoboda all by herself in the zone. Shot was partially blocked as Svoboda lost her stick in the person of Tancrell Fontaine and goes off the ice without her stick. It's in the zone. Tomlinson had to step over it. Now a centering pass. Grushaw's shot pops in the air, bouncing in the near circle. Turned back towards the side of the net by Otten. Centering pass, shot by Horwood right on, and a save by Lundberg. Laura Horwood probably could have 2 or 3 goals today. She's been denied a couple of times on point-blank opportunities. Another one there is that Gruschow, Tomlinson, and Horwood line all smiles as they head back to the bench, but they are doing a wonderful work this whole weekend. This one skips wide of the goal. Played up the boards, kicked at by Schilter. High slot, Walsh rips one, deflects wide. Erickson back behind for Welch. Welsh behind the cage once more for McLaren. Rooney breaks up that play at the wall. Schilter backpedaling, hits a slapper. Goes wide of the cage. Walsh again trying to get on it. It's Emily Erickson. That one off a stick off the back of the glass, and the Engineers will carry on out. Well, no, that's broken up at the blue line. I beg your pardon. Jessica Kaminsky made the play. Kaminsky Out of the scrum, feeding it down low, shot right on, save made by O'Brien, and she keeps it out somehow. There's a Union skater sliding into her, and from even my vantage point here, it was Tomaselli who was sliding into the crease. I don't think they're going to take a look at this. It looked like it was covered pretty well. You can see it poking out of O'Brien's pad as she slid back into the crease, and it never actually went in. It may have gone in the very end after it was all said and done, but the whistle had gone far before that time. Face-off coming here to the point. Shot takes a deflection on its way through. Is Tankrell Fontaine. And now here's Gruschow again. Up ahead for Horwood. That's rejected. Gives it right back to her. Into the zone of the Engineers. Flipping towards goal. Gruschow has it. Backhand pass in front. Flipped on goal and just wide on the try by Bohonic, who crashed all the way down to the side of the cage. Bohonic again holding. Flipping it near side. Double teamed was Gruschow. Poking at it. It'll go down low. Otten will pick it up. Otten off the near boards for Tomaselli. That's intercepted. Now Tomlinson once more. Back out to center it goes. Bohonic. D to D over to Banks. She'll flip it in. Collision down low. Walsh. Could have been called for a body check there, but we play on. Puck out to center. Engineers touch up. Union has it. 4-1 RPI leading. 4:12 left in the third. Engineers trying to take 3 of the 4 possible points from this weekend series. Good pass in front. Rooney shooting right on, and another save by Lundberg. Engineers passing has been superb in this game. There's been plenty of opportunities to score. This game could be much, much worse for Union, if not for the play of Shanae Lundberg. Up to 39 saves for the senior goaltender. Svoboda falling down takes a shot that goes wide. Wrap it around to the near side corner. McLaren for Union. Far side of the ice. To center. Wren will track it down in her own zone. Shoot it off the wall. Babiak. Back for Tankrell Fontaine. There's a jam try at the side of the cage. Loose puck poked at by Middlebrook. In the corner now. To the point, Gruschow holding it. Takes a slapper, that one's blocked, right back to her. This will come trickling on goal. We'll have a stoppage in play as O'Brien covers up. Walking in, a shot, never got to Lundberg. And now Kaminsky. Now a chance for Union, a 2-on-1. Tomaselli looking to crash the net. The feed was deflected off a skate. It was Kelly going Trying to feed that one across. Tankrell Fontaine back out at center. Tankrell Fontaine carrying it down low.
1 minute remaining in the third period. 1 minute.
Bohonic near side. Goes back behind the goal. Bohonic with it. She'll slap it around for Wash. Wash near side pass behind Svoboda. And it'll be moved towards the line. Kept in by Otten. That one deflects. Thrown towards the net. Rebound. They score. Union on the board with just 31.5 seconds left. And again, it took a couple tries to beat a goaltender in this game. That's what it's taken for really both ends of the ice. Both Lundberg and O'Brien. It's taken second and sometimes even third opportunities and rebounds to finally get one past, and it'll be Rebecca Babiak with the goal, her third of the season. As we have Union with the puck in their own end. Wren has it. She'll go D to D over to Kimberly with 20 seconds to go. Now Gruschow. Holding, waiting. Still Gruschow down below the goal line now with 8 seconds to go. Fed in front, trying to stick it home. Tomlinson at the horn, no. And the game ends there. RPI nearly put home a fifth, and once again it was Tomlinson, Gruschow, and Horwood doing all the damage here. 4-2 is RPI's victory here. They win the second game of this two-game series after tying on Friday night. I'd like to thank you all for watching today's game. Once again, your final score was RPI 4 and Union 2. This has been a production of RPI TV.